Paul Bass, congratulations on being inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Jerry. It's an honor.
Paul, how did you get involved in this crazy sport?
My dad used to take me to matches when I was younger. My cousin wrestled for West Hampton, and he took me to the matches. And then in 6th grade, we had to make a decision on what we were going to do in middle school, since we didn't have a choice. And I actually got in a fight after school in 6th grade. I was broken up by the basketball coach in middle school, and he told us he would see us next year, and that's when I decided to wrestle instead of play basketball.
Well, that's an interesting way to get into it.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important thing that you contributed to the sport of wrestling?
Jerry, that's a very, very tough question for me, because wrestling's done so much for me. I can only hope that I have helped some kids along the way deal with adversity in their lives, and help them in their own lives, and help them appreciate wrestling. That's all I can really hope for.
How has it affected your life and your family life and everything you do?
Boy, this interview would not be long enough for me to explain what wrestling has done for me in my life. I don't know what else I would have done. I've got OCD issues. I'm a control freak. Where else could I have found a home? I'm not a real handy guy. Wrestling has been my life. I love the sport. I love the people, most of my friendships. It's helped me raise my kids. I have 3 kids wrestling in college right now. My wife and I travel around. We're married for 30 years. It's so much a part of our family. It's so much a part of who we are. I don't know. I don't know where I'd be without wrestling.
Well, it helped you get into college too, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Where did you go to school?
I went to at the time was Bloomsburg State College. It's now Bloomsburg University. You know, I was a bench warmer there. It was a D1 program. We were in the top 15 in the country. But the experience of wrestling around with All-Americans every day really changed my life.
You had a whole bunch of Long Islanders on that program.
Yeah, we had the Fioravanti brothers there. They're great guys. I see them all the time. Eddie's son actually wrestled for Comac, and at the same time my kids were wrestling.
In wrestling today, we're in a funny situation. Wrestling has been under stress and attack from Title IX and a whole bunch of other things. What would you do to wrestling in general, in the longest, broadest base, to help improve wrestling and make it better and more interesting?
Actually, Jerry, I think we're I think we're doing the right things. I think the decision by the Olympic Committee to drop wrestling, and then we fought back against that, I think that has motivated a lot of people, and I think that's actually been a very big positive. I think the movement toward more dual meets has been great for the casual fan. Most people would rather come to a dual meet tournament for a dual meet for two hours than spend 12 hours in a seat at an individual tournament. I think the internet has made us more aware of what's going on. You have sites like Flow Wrestling, and you have the Long Island Wrestling. I've been to events this year, to Long Island Post Wrestle-Offs, Hofstra Wrestle-Offs, All-Star Matches, because we know what's going on now. The famous quote from Dan Gable is, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. And I think wrestling is getting better, and I think we are improving our kid level, our middle school level, our high school level, college level. I'm excited for the sport, and I just hope I can continue to help us do that.
Paul, great. And again, congratulations to coming into
Thank you very much, Jerry.
National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Thank you. It's an honor.